I love this conversation, by the way. So I am very curious. In traditional philanthropy, what are some of the practices that need to shift to be able to achieve the types of outcomes that we're talking about?
Yeah, that's such a great question. One of the things that I learned in my brief time working for another foundation was this disconnect between how grant money is deployed and how the endowments are invested. And it was so obvious to me that they could be using their endowments to support the mission. And I think the traditional model, we often refer to it as 5 and 95. The IRS expects a foundation to give away 5% of its assets in grants and investing the 95%. And what I think is an unfortunate understanding is that if you invest that 95% in traditional ways, that somehow you'll make more money and that you'll have more money to give away. And we know that's not true. I mean, there's so many examples, and certainly Tara Health Foundation is one example of that. You can invest with social purpose and provide, even if it's just a divestment screen, but there are many different filters that you can apply in public markets. You can certainly use more of a bespoke private investing strategy or offer debt to folks who are advancing your social mission and really amplify your mission. Instead of just using your 5%, you can use the whole, all 100%. And it's not just in an investment strategy, it's also a human capital strategy. That one thing we've learned at Tara Health is that we can be a convener. We can bring together other organizations to share knowledge. We can hire and train people and then have them be out there in the workforce in other ways, so that it's really not just this capital deployment that can be more of 100%, but that it's also the human capital that can be more than 100%. And I see so many huge foundations with so much money that are really limited by their mandates, and they don't have the flexibility. It's not the IRS that's telling them they can't do this. It's their own internal mandates that really trap them into these cycles, these traditional cycles, which I think, especially in the times that we see ourselves in now, where we need to really use every resource we have for the social change we want to see.
I see it actually running RIA, so having a nonprofit with a venture fund. I actually see the relationship to capital, how it moves and what the expectations are, so different. So the willingness to write $1 million check to a fund where you think you're going to get it back, having multiplied itself. But at a nonprofit, we're going to give you a $250,000 restricted grant to use in the way that we think you should use it. Go solve intractable social issues. It's so different. It's so completely different. And it just doesn't even make sense for what could actually be a more integrated approach. So I definitely see that in action.